Welcome back to the PBC. It's your boy K9s giving it to you the way I always do. We got breaking news from the CNN satellites from outer space. Big salute to my brothers and sisters down in the chat. Everybody taking care of these pets the way they always do. I'm about to give it to you the way I always do, man. It don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Folk want that news. Folk, they need that news across the world. I'm giving it to brothers. You know what I'm saying? And we got a topic to talk about. The topic to talk about today is, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hit that like button up out there and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, man. Big salute to all the brothers doing the right things with these dogs out here. The topic we're going to talk about today, before we get into this breaking news, you know, or after we get into this breaking news, rather, you know what I'm saying? The topic is, matter of fact, I'll talk about the topic after the breaking news play. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all the same situation. But I just gave brothers a dog fighting bus in Berkeley County, Charleston County yesterday. You know, boy, South Carolina is leading. It's a war, dog fighters versus the state. And right now, it's the Sled, 21, dog fighters, 0. Dog fighters got home field advantage. Dog fighters got home field advantage, and South Carolina Sled is leading 21-0. Big salute to everybody that's really supporting the channel, man. Really rocking with the channel and understand what it is, man. All I do is give you that picture and tell you if you want to go, go. You know, we all grown out here, man. We all grown out here. Everybody do what they gotta do. I know how brothers love them dogs. You know what I'm saying? I always say this, man. You know, and I feel like I can speak on this. You know what I'm saying? I got the credentials to speak on this. You know, I know how the adrenaline pumps in a brother blood when you release them dogs and you see which dog you got as the best dog, and you got the dog that can't be beat in the area, and you willing to take on anything. It ain't no feeling. I'm telling you, man, they say drugs get you high, as far as like cocaine and heroin and all that, and I know that stuff is addictive. But getting you a game dog that's running shit is just as addictive as crack and heroin and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It is, man. But talking to a lot of y'all brothers, it really helped me. It helped me finish all my rehab. I thought I was, you know, I thought I was good, but starting this channel, it helped me just finish the rehab, get my certificate, stepping out as a new man in the world. And I'm gonna explain to you why. Because this is an addiction, you know. There's no feeling like letting one go if you into that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, brothers, when I say this is not the Wild Wild West days, you know, you gotta see this, my brothers in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? My Carolina brothers, you got to see what's going on. You know, you gotta see, man. It's like, it's not that much, you know, want to have the best dog. You know, and a lot of times these brothers don't be at the matches. It be other things involved, and that's what we're gonna be talking about as well. It be other things involved, other situations that get folk to come with the dogs, and come over there and the dogs there, you know. But to my South Carolina brothers, man, you gotta look at what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to, like, I'm from that. Like I said, I'm from that Wild Wild West days. It's, you know, this shit is over the way brothers used to think things was, man. You know what I'm saying? And when we get to the second half of this video, you're going to understand what I'm talking about, man. You know, big salute to all the brothers and sisters down in the chat, everybody that's catching the live video, and everybody that's watching the replay. You know what I'm saying? Big salute and big shout out to all y'all, man. And I always say, drop your questions, your pit bull questions, any type of thing you want me to speak about, you know, on future videos as well. But we talking about in Orangeburg, South Carolina this time. You know, we in Orangeburg, South Carolina, where a brother was just charged, and I want to say they took 24 dogs. You know, 24 dogs. I want to say $20-some thousand in cash, drugs, guns. You know, we're gonna call it the usual. You know, over the past couple years, that's been the usual. Drugs, guns, dogs, you know, dog fighting. But we're in Orangeburg now. So we was in Charleston just 2 videos ago, Charleston County. Now we're in Orangeburg County. All this area, like I said before, from the beginning of this year, you know, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division has cleaned up a whole bunch of Charleston area, the low country area, the Midlands, you know what I'm saying? And it just, if I was in the game now, if I was doing anything, it wouldn't be fun. I don't know if, you know, I'm the only person see it in South Carolina, but man, this shit is irregular. You know, I've been giving y'all bus for the past few years. I've been giving y'all bus from city to city, state to state. What's going on right now in South Carolina is a true war against dog fighting. You know, all the other states need to take, whoever the governors is, you know, if they look at how it's going in South Carolina, y'all gonna have some problems. It's a real war here against dog fighting in South Carolina. Now, when I say that, I don't mean every brother that they catching in the square and stuff like that. You know, it's gonna get to our topic after the video play. But it's a real war, man. When they say war on drugs, this is a war on dog fighting. I have never gave that many articles about dog fighting arrests in South Carolina as I did over the past year and a half. Year and a half, maybe 2 years. Cause I've been doing it right at 4 years, you know, at least. And for the last 2 years, South Carolina has just been crazy. You know, I mean, all I can do is get the news, you know what I'm saying? I voice my opinion on certain things. Like I said, we're gonna speak about this. I want y'all to check this video out, man. It's your boy PB K9s giving it to you from the PBC like I always do, man. I do this shit so easy, too easy, man. Give these brothers this news because they need to hear it. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to keep going in this pit bull game listening to a bunch of bullshit, like I always say, man. That shit leads you off the cliff, man. They don't like me. I ain't here for them to like me. I'm here to put that news out. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to put the news out. Some gonna like it, some ain't. You know, when I made that shit up, that shit was real, man. Some gonna like it, some ain't. You know, so let's get into this news, man. From Orangeburg, South Carolina. Got it from the CNN satellites from outer space. You know, because Facebook, they got some kind of satellites, but they ain't seeing their satellites. Facebook got satellites. I ain't gonna lie, I got the motherfuckers bootlegging like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Bootlegging like a motherfucker. But them CNN satellites from outer space, them jokers rolling out. So let's go into it, man. Orangeburg, South Carolina, dog fighting arrests, drug arrests, gun arrests. Let's get into it.
The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division has charged an Orangeburg with ill treatment of animals after a search at a home. 52-year-old Christopher Corbett facing a list of charges, including animal fighting or baiting and ill treatment of animals. His mugshot is not available at this time. With the assistance from shelters all across the state, SLED says 24 pit bull type dogs with various scars consistent with dog fighting were rescued from the inhumane living conditions. Now, during the search, officials say drugs, handguns, and even an electronic currency counting machine were all found. Corbett was booked into the Orangeburg County Jail.
The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division says a man is now behind bars facing charges for animal cruelty in Orangeburg. Authorities arrested 53-year-old Christopher Corbett at his home. Investigators say they found 24 pit bulls with scars that were consistent with dog fighting. Corbett has been booked into the Orangeburg County Detention Center, and at last check, he is still being detained. Drugs and over $20,000 in cash were also found in his home, according to arrest warrants. Orangeburg County authorities and SLED sent us these pictures of what they say they recovered from his home. Now, while Corbett has not been charged with drug possession, he has been charged for dogfighting.
Let's get to the topic at hand, my brothers and sisters out there. Y'all hit that like button up, man. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed yet. You know what I'm saying? If you want to donate, hit the Cash App, $ Pelican Bay K9s, capital P, capital B, capital K. You'll see me up there with Marino. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. The thing that I'm starting to see, we should have all been seeing this. If you want to have dogs, you're going to have to separate yourself from drugs. There ain't no other question about it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be considered a dog fighter, see, some of y'all boys is assholes. You want to be considered a dog fighter because you ain't got no credentials and you just wannabes. So you want to be considered that. But if you want to have your pit bulls and you don't want to be considered a dog fighter straight off top, straight off the rip, you're going to have to separate yourself from the drugs then. You're going to have to find another way to make a living than the drugs. You know, I mean, or either just leave the dogs alone. Because when you get the drugs, it's automatic with the dogs. You know, you might as well just automatically say you got a dog fighting charge if you get a dope charge and you got pit bulls. Just automatically know that. Don't get in there and start bitching, don't get in there and start crying, none of that type of shit. You know, you get caught with drugs, guns and stuff, any type of stuff that's illegal and you're not supposed to have it, and you got pit bulls, you're gonna get a dog fighting charge, man. So common sense tell me to make this statement to y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? There's only one way out. You either gonna hustle and leave them dogs alone, or you gonna mess with the dogs and find you another way to get money. You know? I mean, it's just, or either you're gonna have to face the consequences on both ends. You know, you got to get a lawyer to fight both charges, the dog fighting and the dope. Because you get the dog fighting if you got dogs. And I'm here to testify, I'm here to witness that you don't got to have 40 dogs to get dog fighting. You can have, what, 3, 4, 5, 1. It don't matter. Once the drugs and the dog, the pit bull come into play, that's a wrap. You know, you getting both charges. Now, if anybody feel like I'm wrong, you know, like I always say, drop down in the chat. You know, if you feel like there's another answer to that situation, drop your answer down in the chat. I'm just saying, the only way I see it, you know what I'm saying, you have to leave the drugs alone. I mean, that's like cereal and milk right now, like eggs and grits. Peanut butter and jelly, dog fighting and drugs. That's how it's going. You know, we're not making the laws are being made. But the thing is, many of us don't go to the meetings and many of us don't study the laws or know the laws. So when I give you the news, at least take that little bit of news and understand how it's going out here. You know? You ain't got to know the laws, but you see what folk getting for breaking the laws, that's going to make you know the laws. At least them portion right there. And that thing can get real expensive. You know? So, I mean, like I said, this ain't to bash nobody. I'm just saying, if you want to keep your dogs, common sense is saying, leave them drugs alone. If you want to do your drug thing, you're not worried about it, period, then so be it. Like I always say, you like it, I love it. You know? But brothers, a lot of these brothers, they're not even in the box. You know what I'm saying? But they have a yard full of dogs, and they may be healthy. All my dogs is healthy. They may be healthy. But when you have drugs involved with it, it don't matter how healthy it is no more. That's a wrap. I can promise you this. You can have a yard full of healthy dogs, no treadmill, no paraphernalia for dog fighting. But when you get caught with them drugs, boy, look at here. It's coming. You already know it's coming. And you know I ain't out here up here just trying to throw salt on nobody. It's how it's going. And if you get mad about what I'm saying or feel some kind of way about what I'm saying right now, you don't need to be in this dog game, for one. You know what I'm saying? Two, you just can't take the real deal truth. Some gonna like it, some ain't. You can't take the truth, man. Not telling nobody what to do. I'm just telling you what I see out here. Starting from myself. You know, I didn't know when I got locked up, drugs now you dog fighting? I come to spread the word. Dog fighting and drugs, they're gonna put you with dog fighting. I mean, pit bulls and drugs, they're gonna put you with dog fighting. Spread the word. You know? So that's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying get rid of your dogs. I ain't saying get rid of this or do what you gotta do, how you gotta do it. But just know if it ever came down to it, and it ever came down to it, you know, hopefully nobody was get arrested, but you got arrested. If you got drugs and you got dogs, it's gonna go that way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be some changes in the future in the laws where, brothers can speak on to the fact that a lot of innocent people are getting charged with dog fighting because they have drugs. I'm a drug seller. I'm not a dog fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of selling drugs, but I'm not guilty of fighting dogs. You know? It's a lot of brothers that went down for that one reason. Just because they had dogs and they had drugs. They wasn't fighting dogs. Brothers buy magazines because they pit bull enthusiasts. You know, speaking to all my people out here who don't know. Brothers buy magazines, books, and stuff because they pit bull enthusiasts. You don't have so much stuff out here about these dogs and pictures and stuff out here outside of what's on the internet. So brothers buy all this stuff a lot of times just to read it. You know, if they want to learn how to do something, they don't have to buy a book or they don't have to look at a video. You know, it's plenty of ways, and you can't hide that type of stuff now from somebody who want to do it. You know, so a lot of times when they lock these brothers up, brothers have no affiliation with dog fighting. Outside of, they got dogs who can be used for fighting. In that case, any dog can be used for fighting. Every single dog it is when it comes to a pit bull, a bully dog, a pocket dog, whichever dog it is. If it got pit bull in the ancestry, then they came from a dog that could be used for fighting. You know, there's no way you can have any of those type of dogs. Any dog with a bull type of breed in it. Somewhere or another, the ancestry came from fighting. You can't take that away from nothing. No dog. You know? So that's why I say, man, maybe the laws will change and lighten up on brothers eventually. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part right now, that shit is pushing full-fledged ahead. You know what I'm saying? Full-fledged ahead. Drugs, dogs, lock your ass up for dog fighting, drugs, and whatever. And that shit gonna be hard as hell for either way, because now you're talking felonies. You know what I'm saying? Heavy felonies. You know, man, but, you know, I'm just giving the news, man. Just giving the news. I hope everybody having a great day, had a great day. Staying safe out there with them dogs, staying legal out there with them dogs, man. See, here's the deal. While y'all trying to be tough, while y'all trying to ride on your egos, like I always say, them people that make them pit bull videos and them documentaries, and they always saying that y'all fight dogs to prove y'all status in the neighborhood. Them people right. Them people are 100% right. Y'all jackasses don't know what the hell y'all was doing or be doing with them damn dogs. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know, and this internet shows daily, man. This internet shows daily. And it's bad, but you know, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Them folk be hitting it right on the head, man. They fight dogs for, see, I used to get kind of, when I was looking at them documentaries back in the days, I'd be like, man, they don't know what they talking about. you know what I'm saying, this and that or whatever. But man, these brothers out here, man, all of them seeking attention and validation while I'm up here giving this news to these brothers out here, taking care of these dogs out here, doing what they gotta do out here, and living life out here. PBK9s, y'all stay legal. Remember, we staying sucker and hater free. You know what I'm saying? Sucker and hater free. Blocking them by the minute. You know what I'm saying? Blocking them by the minute. I don't even want to be around them. I don't want to smell them no more. They ain't my type of brothers. You know what I'm saying? They ain't my type of brothers. PBK9s, and we out.